Governor of our province of New Ireland, Prime Minister 2 times, Sir Julius Chen. On behalf of our capital city, on behalf of our party too, and all our members in the country, Social Democratic Party, and on behalf of my family, I would like to firstly offer our condolence to his brother, Michael, his sister, to all the children, to Vanessa, Mark, Byron, and Toya. Also to our members of New Ireland, Treasurer, youth staff, Minister Bloyumi Long, Transport and Civil Aviation, Imelgeta and family, condolence to Toksore, Big Play Golo Plateau, Acting Governor Bloyumi Blong, New Ireland, and Mr. Bloy, all the leaders Bloyumi Long, New Ireland, all my families Bloyumi Long, Tabarna, Lo Huristu, people are condolence, Toksore, me extend him, Igolo Yublogeda, Big Pla lost the Yumelgeta. Me come to Parliament, wanted Prime Minister of 2007. Sir Julius have been out of politics for 10 years, and he re-entered Parliament in 2007 too. So this 17 years, we have been together on this journey, for me as a member of Parliament. So during this time, I've come to respect, greatest respect to Sir Julius Chen, to his work, to his ideas. Not only it is a great privilege to serve a founding father of our country, but also a wise man with great wisdom. Makes some of us sometimes young and robust, humble. Me in particular, all of us have our stories with Sir Julius Chen. Me too got a story about Sir Julius Chen. Before I came into Parliament, we admired this man too. First Finance Minister. You will get a survey, acting, Assistant Speaker, Pablo Kina de Toya. Not just that, but Central Bank. Not just that, but PNGBC, Agriculture Bank at the time now, all the financial institutions. I mean, you see something. Me don't come to Parliament yet, na me look him Finance Minister, me something me one great economist. I'm some economics degree or some kind degree also. No? But when I read his book, Playing the Game, I think me disappointed that this man I so admired. I mean, some degree. I'm still college long Australia na. I'm play rugby na. I'm running motorbike na. I'm go bump na. I'm no go long. Continuing his further education. But he was a determined man. Now in hindsight, you may gotta give credit to Grand Chief Sir Michael Thomas Somare, and he deserves all the credit and accolades. No? All the respect and honor you may give long him. Grand Chief Somare was determined and believed like me. He set a goal that Papua New Guinea must become independent. No what kind he divert him or undermine him or waver that sense of commitment. And that's a great achievement for Grand Chief Somare, and we must never forget, because granted time we take these things for granted. And it's not easy to put a nation together, especially a nation of 1,000 tribes, 860 languages. In 1975, you meet somebody like Brook yet. It needs very special people like Grand Chief Somare. And he deserves all the credit. But Sir Julius Chen too equally, plenty time he minister give him credit. You know what one play library, one play road, one play building, Lo name lo said Julius. So instead, Speaker, me, Dr. Gustav, I mixed emotion. Mixed emotion because I regret legally. Last year or year before, me thinking lo walking one blah, time long grievance debate. I will pay tribute to St. Julius. And I keep thinking of going to visit him in the recent past. I think I'll have a time. Maybe this time will happen, but it never happened. So one of my regrets in life, not going to see this man, who's a mentor, wise man, founding father, but also a very humble man. I can testify to this humbleness too. In his greatness, he's also humble. Time is long recovery or me recovery in Australia or Gold Coast. He was also undergoing treatment too. There's a machine I think he failed and go stable. But when he had that, I also was under emergency or recovering after hospitalization. And come visit me. I'm sick here, assistant speaker, members of parliament. But it took time to come and visit me. And I was still humble by that gesture. And that's the measure of this man. In his greatness, he's also humble. And it's one big lesson to you mean now leaders of today. You must emulate him or think him or try to manifest it too. We want to do great things. We want to be great leaders. But we must be humble too in what we do and reach out, show empathy and sympathy and support our people. Be there for our people too. In 2019, this man was well respected by our people in New Ireland. Remember, you know Giselle, you talk, you know Gaman. The people of New Ireland held him in high regard. Ceremony I'm start long. Place long country long enya minister blow you me. Low civil aviation, transport. Start low 5 o'clock ya, he going up low 5 o'clock. All man Mary lo New Ireland, big man Mary na my to all come. Ksim taro na, ksim miss na, all gonna pig na, come celebrate him life long him. Hey, mi pala governor ya mi o sem governor tu Mr. Lomos biya man Mary no sa give me pig. Oh, one time also come. So me to Lady Stella. I think CJ is not just a governor, he's a great leader. Maybe, if we are in a feudal system, and by one blood, emperor or something of it. And that's very fitting of him. He has earned that respect. He has earned my respect. And I say this too with no, short measure, because in his all his achievement too, which we all admire. One plus decision long too about Sandline. You make a kind ting long. Me, I was involved in mobilizing the city of Port Moresby or countering the sedition. But when I come to Parliament and look in respect, I respect this decision too. Mr. Speaker, members of Parliament, at the time, PNG Defence Force is working Operation Footloose 1, now Operation Footloose 2, all go on top of Panguna, but BRA already finished. They suffered wound, and they had to carry their wounded comrades down from Panguna, he come down. Down, he come along East Coast now, he go down the West Coast. So some of this decision, leaders have to make. And they made a decision at the time. And Governor, Senior Blue Yumi, Governor Blue Gulf, me explaining please. Inquiry come up. You can look at it whichever way. But it was a decisive decision to, you can look at one of the unintended consequences that you make a peace accord. On them Bougainville. So you can be this way or that way. Me yet, me mobilize small people. And I came to understand the measure of the man. You may look back on life long, apart from putting the monetary system together, decision that they make, like sending Kumul force down to Vanuatu to intervene, to protect the sovereignty of that country. Some members of parliament at the time, only like working this decision, but said Jay was committed. PNG must be a country that is coming of age, that can make his mind. New Zealand and Australia are not like Salim troops to support him, Father Walter Lini. Sir Julius made the decision with the parliament at the time. And look at the outcome now. Vanuatu is integrity stopped, going to independence in 1980. And now they have the highest regard for our country and our people. No Atlantic country in the world only admiring Papua New Guinea. But one decisive decision. You mean thinking to the 1980s? Online, you mean New Guinea Islands will like break away and go. All the premiers at the time. And Sir Julius had to do what he has to do. The organic law was amended. Now you meet governors, governor of parliament. We can, by hindsight, look back and have a second thought and say maybe it's a wrong decision or so on. But he has to do what he has to do. Now you meet governors, members of parliament here, and the integrity of the state of Papua New Guinea is intact. That's the type of decision or leadership that we also need. Decisive. You mean no need to procrastinate. Losing igona. Decisions, whether it's popular or not, sometimes we must make decisions. And that's a great lesson that some of us have come to learn and try our best to emulate. Some of the time, even me too, me procrastinate. Some things I have to do in the city. Meeting me must work in, but me along select to. We continue to learn. So plenty, accolades we must give him, honor him, Sir Julius. He lived this life for the service of our people, both in Namatanai and in New Ireland, and then Papua New Guinea. You miss Savetu. He never stopped thinking about Papua New Guinea until his death. You will get a Savaya. Prime Minister, I'm not losing government or go opposition because I'm not like you. But only once is asked to perform well in government. Your Prime Minister must perform well. Ministers must perform well. Maybe I'm thinking no good you mean I go opposition, but you must respect them. And me too, I think I must think no good me too, yeah. You study the government, you know behind me. So I mean not make him long against him anybody. They just want to teach us lessons. So you must pay him highest respect long and thank you, lo family belonging. All people below you lo Tangar, lo Huris, Namatanai, New Ireland. You play vote him come. To play them, you play Malolo Longem, but you play Salimem come back. I have been great privilege to share my time in Parliament with this great leader of our country. These leaders were, you may sample now, you may got kind degree in a master's, but all leaders at the time, they were masters in our culture and in our tradition and in leadership and wisdom of our ancestors. All carry me come now. Only put him strong for our foundation below you me too, yeah. Some of the time you me too must lose him this kind degree below you me kind. Now we draw on the leadership and the values and the success of our people who had survived, lived on this land 50,000 years. Only have survived and sustainably coming up now if they had no good values and foundation. good ideas. Now you may line him up, kind of passing along, ideas law, west na, east na, north na, south na. And it seems like we are not, acknowledging and vindicating the greatness of our ancestors too. And the people like Somare, leaders, I mean, Sir Julius, Sematia Beyui, Ruben Taureka, Se John Gais, Yambake Oku, Se Teabal. These are leaders schooled in the culture and tradition and wisdom of our ancestors. And they set the foundation of country. We have to honor them and respect them. And we should never forget them. We'd like to thank you, Lord Prime Minister. Continue to honor and pay respect to Grand Chief. That story is a great story. Our people must never forget, now and into the future. They must never forget. And Sir Julius to all leaders of the New Ireland, you must get ceremony belonging, if not in Keviang, at least in Huris. So our people too in New Ireland and PNJ Saul must never forget these great leaders who laid the foundation. Plenty you will lose thinking long. We are forgetting. Thank you, Mr. Assistant Speaker. Thank you once again, long family of Sir Julius, sharing this great man with us. Help him long, putting foundation for country together, bringing our country 50 years. Me talk sorry of some 8 months, 6 months time. I'm supposed to look in 50 years long. Hard work belonging, walk belonging, hand mark belonging here. Him no come Lord mark, but he's lived a great life, served his purpose. His life was a meaningful and purposeful life, and we are humble and thankful to him. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.